Another day at the Shrewd News office. We back. Your boy Rod the Water God. Y'all know it.
Yeah,
You know what we do. Go ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. His jaw supporting. Uh, we're holding. Well, we got good news.
Oh yeah.
Quando Rondo has been granted bond while facing gang charges.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hey, listen. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for us. We appreciate the comments. Y'all been coming at me.
it's
Both
glad.
of
I'm glad that you brought that up.
us. Shout out to you.
Somebody in the comments got real. It seemed like it was intense. They wanted to correct me about Savannah, Georgia. I'm happy
Oh
to
yeah.
make the correction.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess Savannah, Georgia isn't a rich part of Georgia. I did a little bit more research. They actually have a higher crime rate than regular. They say the Rolling 60s are the most violent uh, street gang there. So I don't want to act like Savannah is some kind of soft place. You could really get your
Yeah.
issue anywhere, but we do appreciate people correcting us in the comments. We're open to being corrected. And as I said, I wasn't speaking on personal experience. Just, I guess some of the people, the licks we used to call on the phone, used to have money in Savannah. I guess we were busting heads over there in Savannah. I felt like it was
Yeah.
some money over there.
But here's anyway. Yeah.
But look, it might be really messed up over there. But
It is.
uh,
It is.
Quando has been released on bond. Let's get into some facts. A Chatham County judge has granted Savannah rapper Quando Rondo bail after he was indicted on street gang and drug charges. You
Right.
remember they named him as a manager role in the
Yeah.
Rolling 60s of Savannah, Georgia. Judge Tammy Stokes said Quando, whose real name is Taekwon Bowman, meets the
Yeah.
requirement for bail and that he has significant ties to the community. They set the bail at 100,000.
Yeah.
It was on Friday. He had the hearing. He got charged with drug offenses, violating the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. He tried to get a bond on the hearing on Friday. He also showed the judge a letter from his record label, Atlantic Records, which they voiced support for the rapper. Shout out to Atlantic. They standing by Quando in this whole thing. Maybe that has some influence on the judge. Prosecutors claim that Bowman is a leader of the Rolling 60 Street Gang, as I mentioned earlier, that makes him a danger to the community because that group is one of the largest and most violent street gangs in Savannah. Ultimately,
Okay.
Judge Tammy Stokes granted the rapper bond, saying in part, while the evidence showed defendant travels due to his career in the music industry, no significant evidence was presented indicating his travel would prevent him from failing to appear in court like he's required to do. So the court finds it significant that the defendant surrendered himself to arrest the day after he learned of the warrant for his arrest. So let that be a lesson to you, kids. Quando turned himself in nice and easy. He ain't make them sick the dogs on him. They ain't have to put hands and feet on him, and the judge considered that when they were trying to think about whether they was going to give him a bail. Under the terms of his bond, Bowman can't have contact with any of the other 18 co-defendants listed on the indictment, and he
All right, bro.
has
Let's get to it.
gave up his passport. And I'm just going to finish this. And he can't use any firearms or illegal drugs, among other conditions. What do you want to say there, Bob?
I want to say, okay, let's get to the real meat and potatoes. We know he got his bond, right? He got out.
Okay.
That was,
Yeah.
you know, he got out. That's good. He got out. So, what does this really mean? What is we really? What are the real questions here?
The real question is, he's among 19 other people that got indicted. So are they going to be able to fight this from the streets without snitching on each other, or will they
Mm,
run out of money?
right.
Does
So,
does does the prosecutors really have substantial evidence against this guy? We haven't seen a discovery yet. Could these just be trumped up charges?
right. So now everybody is wondering who gonna keep it solid. Will Quando Rondo stay solid? So that's the real question.
Yeah, we don't know what they
We
got
know
on
he
him.
denounced
He
himself
he
from the game. He
Yeah.
denounced his gang affiliation.
He did at one time.
He
I
did.
remember him saying, asking Big U if he wanted him to not rep the '60s anymore. I don't know if that means he's out of the '60s.
If
Maybe he
I'm the
stopped.
defense, yeah, right. But
Yeah,
if I'm the defense for Quando Rondo, but right now what I'm putting together is saying, listen, we announced publicly that we denouncing the game. We don't have that. We don't have no affiliation to do with it. We just rap. We do still have acquaintance and friends that we still deal with, but we publicly stated and let everybody knew publicly that we renouncing ourselves and we have nothing to do with this anymore because it's not what we signed up for. So I feel that you can take me off of this case because I was never you have me as in a management role, but that's just my defense. I think that Quando Rondo ain't. I think he can shake up with
good
this.
thing good thing he got lawyers that's gonna put it a little bit differently than that, because that
Right.
he
I
gonna
ain't
need to do
saying
more
yeah.
than that to prove that he ain't a gang member. And I mean, let's be realistic. We not trying to crack the case here, but does it sound likely to you that after that little dust up with, you know, whether he wanted to be a Rolling 60 anymore, you think it was just that easy to not be a part of it anymore? And do you think that he stopped associating with the friends that he was dealing with in his neighborhood that he's been dealing with, and they have quite an influence in Savannah, Georgia? That's what the prosecutors are alleging anyway. You, you think he just stopped dealing with these people? And why would they say he
Yeah.
was a part of them if they didn't have evidence? If they've been watching these guys and they're looking at phones, from what I've been learning in these cases, they
No.
ain't really that good at keeping a secret. You know? And have
Right.
you ever tried to have you ever been a team leader, like a manager or something? Like, do you know how hard it is to organize 5 people
Yeah,
to
it's hard.
do a common goal and everybody keep their mouth shut about it? It's almost impossible. It's like herding kittens.
Mhm.
And you think
Yeah.
19 niggas that's a matter of a street game in a generation where we got people committing crimes and then posting about it right after? You really think everybody's just tight-lipped about it? I have a hard time believing that. We're going to see some people get rattled and everybody's not going to stay solid, I don't think.
Everybody ain't going.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
look, I mean, GS9 did a pretty good job, right? I don't know what to expect, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did fold a little bit. No disrespect to the Rolling 60s as an organization, but I just
right.
know what happens in these cases sometimes. What were you going to say?
Well, I feel like that's the thing that Quando Rondo could I think he gonna hold it down. I don't think it just don't benefit him to really point fingers, but I think he got a good case out of everybody case that I heard, and I'm hearing the charges and the weed charges that he got. They tried to sell the weed and the stuff like that. Out of Thugger, Casanova, and Taxstone, Quando Rondo, I'd rather face Quando's charges all day. So,
Well, you know how you were saying that, he denounced the gang, he
yeah,
wasn't down with him no more and everything like that. I'm just saying what came up in court, right? When they was trying to make him seem like he was some kind of upstanding citizen, according to this Hip Hop DX article,
right.
uh, the prosecution said that, yeah, he is a threat to the community, right? That's because we have shown that Quando made phone calls to other '60s rolling gang members and said that they are 1,100 gang members up. 1,100 is the opposition, and said, "Bring guns here." His words, Your Honor. That is a danger in the community. So what the prosecutors are saying is Quando still got sliders out here. He still has sliders out here.
Yeah, he could
If
still
if
have
he's calling up
sliders.
Rolling
Check
60s to
it.
bring guns
Check
to a
this
movie
out.
theater, go
Yeah,
ahead.
check this out. What if, right? I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper. I'm a rapper, so I have certain security that's out here. So we taking this text in context that where we saying, hey, listen, I said this to a gang member because other gang members, or I'm telling him that, look, y'all got to protect the bag. I'm here. There are gang members up here that may be a threat to the bag. Bring guns here. Protect me. In what context are we taking this as? We taking this as a gang thing, or we taking this as somebody probably feel like their life may be threatening? Hey, come here with the security. Come here with the team that's gonna protect me. I'm an artist. I don't have that, backing to just,
Well, you're right. Context is very important, and that's going to be a challenge for the prosecution to prove that these were actually gang members that he was talking to. That that they just wasn't his friends. I mean, they're going to have to establish that in court. That's what they get paid to do. But just know that these people tend to have their ducks in a row. They're not just pulling stuff out of the air. So, I mean, that sound real fly, but it's gonna come down to a judge and a jury. So we'll see. We'll see as the case develops. But what have we learned from this so far? I mean, Quando's back on the streets. Now he has a case on his hands. He's gonna be fighting from the streets. What's the big takeaway from this? What do you got?
be careful who you can't even be careful. No, I mean, you got to be careful what you affiliate yourself with, because if you try to get out, even if you denounce yourself, they may still hold you accountable for the people you associate
Yeah,
yourself with.
you see how they did Casanova. Might not
Yeah,
be that easy to get out. So yeah, that's a good one to leave them with. Remember, man, uh, like and share if you like what you hear. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to be part of this tribe. It's Shrewd News.
shrewd.